Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on UppTalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say UppTalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you're new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
These are the documents we are receiving the property. Yes, can you open that CV? Guys, I'm in for the CV. What you can do, just you can open that one. Here you can include your education and all. Education and then your certification and all. In the meantime, in that you can have that same kind of summary. And then if you want to add some more summary, also that you can add it in there. And then that skills. In the left-hand side, the skills ping paddle, ping directory, ping ID, do MFA, IM, LLDIP. You can put the same thing there. Education, and you can put the education there. If you have any certifications also, you can put the certifications there. Apart from that, if you want to include your college projects and then the college project details or other internship details, if you have, it means you can also put it in your resume. Could you please scroll up? The project details and the experience here in the technical experience. You can remove that project details, that heading. That's fine. In that one, this is the working experience with the Ping Padder. In Ping Padder and then as well as your Ping directory. Whatever we did, Ping directory. Don't mention much Ping directory because we have only concentrated on Ping Padder. Ping directory. Just you know the LDAP operations, how to give the permissions, privileges. And then you know the administrator account, how we did the Ping directory and as well as the OpenDJ, how we installed the Ping directory. And then you also worked on the ESP connection, that is the SAML configurations. And then if you scroll down SAML and then the auth configuration, scroll down the refresh token grant type and then configuring the authorization code grant type with the PKC method enabling the self-registration we saw. And then we also worked on the self-service password for the user feature. And then we also STMP server we worked on. And then can you remove that part that worked on migrating the users from Ping directory that after the SMTP server? Sorry, I think I added that one by mistake. Can you? No. After the SMTP is there. After that, can you remove that one? That is not required. Apart from that, adapters we saw and we also uploaded one adapter called Cisco Duo. That is the one. And then we also saw that SAML tracer. And then we will also see some troubleshooting also. And then, whatever you have the communication skills with, whatever you are working with the clients, that is also. You can include that one. And then, like we also saw that the installation of the PingPad. That is the one. And then PingPad Ping ID you can mention as a MFA one. And then preparing the documents. I have just put it that one. Preparing the documentation for the application. Like we created a SAML connection. Like when you create a SAML configuration, you need to prepare a document. Like what are the next you gave. You need to prepare a document for that. That is one I have mentioned documentation for each application. And then for example, if there is any kind of issue comes means how to solve that. That is like SOP, documents. And then different kinds of HTML adapter we saw. That customizations of the HTML form also we saw. And then the policies, PCB data store, and then adapters. We saw that is the one which I have provided. and then knowledge of both the PingPad components like certificates and the other stuff, the other type of configurations. Those are the things. And then attributes also we saw. Like we saw original expressions, attributes, and then the normal attributes, we are sending it. And then data store integration also we did. And then policy creation we did. And then we also saw the certificate renewal, certificate upload process. And then the license key also we saw. These are all the we can able to have it for the PingPad. Understood? And then you can also remove that last part. Last part is not. It's as of now, it is not there. You can remove that one. That is for old. These are the things you can put it for your resume as the technical experience of the PingPad. You can also explain this one in your interview. And then like if you want to add your personal project details and then college project details and then your educational qualifications, you can add it in the left hand side. Or if you want to do the different resume format also, you can add it. There are a lot of resume formats are available. You just have to copy this content and then paste it there. Similarly, you can also put experience I'm a developer in the left hand side the summary. You can put experience I'm a developer with number of years. No, scroll. Yes, that in the left hand side the summary. Summary you can put it. And then if you want to add some more details regarding your like education also, you can. I mean not education. That internship details if you did means you can also put that one. Understood guys? This one is it. Just I mean you can also use your customized like format of your resume also. Just you need to copy the content of the experience and then put it there. Regarding the Ping Frederick, apart from that, your personal details, you can add it like I mean your city mobile number and then the email address like that you can add it there. There are like a lot of formats are available in the online. I mean the received format means I'm just showing you the format, the template. That templates are available. You can use any one of the templates. Just copy the content and paste it there. That's all. Understood. And then can you open another document, Pink Frederick Training PIF on here. Here, this is 153 page of document, guys. This is for your like references purposes. I mean, you'll be receiving the recordings, but still, like you'll also use this kind of document for your future, like I mean future references. I mean, this is for you guys. Don't share this document with anyone else. Just keep it with you for your working procedures. If you scroll down, you can be able to see you can be able to see all the details with the screenshots. Whatever the step-by-step process, step 1, step 2. First of all, theoretical concept will be there. Next, you will be seeing all the details with regarding the event audition code, the grant type, the diagrammatic representation, and then the theoretical concepts. Implicit grant type. If you scroll down, you can be able to see the different with the step-by-step process, the data stored, the PCV, the adapters, and then the like. I mean the MFA and then the ESP connection. And then the OAuth configuration and as well as the select policies, policy contracts. Everything will be there here. All the step-by-step process. It will be there in this document. You can refer it. I mean, I know it's a huge document. It will take a lot of time to understand, but still we can keep it with you guys for the future references also. And another document, just PPT, guys. Whatever we discussed, like a basic document of the PPT, like some theoretical topics, will be there. I think it was already shared with us earlier. The training PDF also. No, the oh, PPT. You can, I think you can. I mean, the same thing. It's already there in the PDF also. You can keep the PDF. Shall we get started? Whatever we discussed yesterday, we started with, authorization code granted with the PKC method, and then we also saw that refresh token concept, and then we also saw that OPC method. Today, what we are going to do, we are going to see, the internally managed reference token also. We saw what we are going to do. We are going to start with the OAuth selectors. There are OAuth selectors pending. We can complete that one. And then we can also see the clustering and then a Postman tool. I don't think Postman tool will work on Apple OS, sorry, Mac OS, but let's see. Let's test it. First of all, are you saying about the Postman API? Exactly, the same. It works in Mac. It would. We will see that. It's the same thing. Like how we are using the IRs, the same thing. We are going to use it in the Postman. There won't be any differences. Let's do the OAuth selectors, guys. There are in SAML, we saw the connection set selector. The connection set selector means we can able to add the connections into that selector, and then we can able to if you try to access that connection, means it will take it as a yes in the policy, or else it will take it as a no in the policy. Similarly here, the same selector which is available in the auth also. We can add the auth client IDs into the selector. And then if you try to access that client ID in the application, means it will take it as a yes in the policy, or else it will take it as a no in the policy. Let's try that. Can you go to the authentication selector? These are most important selector, guys. After the CID as selector, this is the most important selector. Create a new instance. Choose the type as give the name as OAuth client. OAuth client set selector. Name as OAuth client. Yes, copy that. No, don't give every. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Give the instance ID also and then click on next. Add a new row to the client ID. Here, this OAuth selector, it will work only for the it will work only for the authorization code grant if I'm in the implicit. Can you tell me why it is only work for these two? Any idea, guys, why it's working for only these two? For client credentials, we don't have a registration. Exactly, it. Good for client credentials. We don't have any kind of self-registration. Sorry, we don't have the user authentication. Only the only the machine-to-machine authentication. And OPC, that is no requirement of the adapter or policies or selector. That's why here in this one it is showing only the authorization code, grant type, and then the implicit. Understood? Guys, let's do that now. We can add the client type and auth. If you're trying to access the client type and auth, it will take it as a yes. If you're trying to access the client type and implicit, it means it will take it as a no option. Update, let's add it. Here, save it. Click on next and save it. It's a simple one. It's not like a difficult kind of a console. It's a simple configuration. Let's do that. Yes, now can we go to the policy? Let's add the policy. Let's create another policy. Here we are creating multiple policies. Here auth, no auth client policy. This is different. Here choose the selectors in the drop-down and then choose that OAuth client set selector. And then for no option, we can choose the HTTP. For yes option, we can choose the HTML. Failure is done. Success is done. Oh no, sorry. Success is policy contact. Forgot it. Click on next. And then map the username to the subject. Yes, click on done. Do the same thing. Failure is done. Success is policy contract. Yes, do the same thing. Click on next. And then can you move the policy above? What policy is existing is there for the policy contact number. Can you click on done here the next step? Can you move it to the this is fine? Save. And let's try copy that OAuth action. If it is OAuth action code is random, it should have to trigger the HTML. If it is implicit, it should have to trigger the HTTP. Can you copy the HTML first? API call. Sorry, OAuth action code. First API call. Here, copy that and paste it in the O. No. Can you do that? No. Can you do the PKC method? Because you can do the existing code challenge itself because the second API call requires the code challenge. Now, because we added that PKC, when you try to access it, it will throw an error. Just use the existing PKC itself. No, the first API call, not the second one. Just we need to see whether it is triggering the correct adapter or not. That's all. Nothing differences. Now you could see no, don't log in. Just it will be there. Here at the same time, can you copy the implicit and hit it again? Now it will trigger the different kind of adapter. Implicit is not directly this token. Token or what? Yes, exactly. AP1 will be there. No, implicit will be the same author shankle only. No, go to the top. Copy that author shankle for the implicit. Not this one. You already have it in the implicit grantor. Can you go to the implicit? No, it's not up. Go to the implicit. Now you could see the difference. This is known as the OAuth client set selector. This is an important selector, guys. We will be. In order to differentiate the SAML and OAuth, we will be using this selector, OAuth client set selector. Based on the OAuth client, we can able to filter out whether it is a OAuth configuration or the SAM configuration. Understood this one? OAuth client set selector. Now the next selector is the OAuth scope selector. Do you know what is the scope? We saw the scope is equal to open ID. Limit whether it is a proper kind of a setup or not, to limit the user access. That is why we are having it. Now, whether we can able to send the scope is equal to open ID to check whether it is whether we can able to add that validate the token based on the OIDC policy. Similarly, if you want to have the mail address, which we can have, the scope is equal to email. But those are all like the application will send the scope. There is a scope called OAuth scope selector. We can able to trigger it based on the scope also. We can able to trigger it based on the scope. If the application team is passing the scope is equal to email, which it will trigger one adapter. If the application team is passing the scope is equal to open, ID means it will trigger another adapter. Let's do that. Can you create a new instance? Let's see. Now give the auth scope instance ID also the same. Here can you add? We don't require the email. Click on next if you are trying to have the scope is equal to open. ID means it will take that as a yes. If the like request is having the scope is equal to email, means it will take it as a no option. Let's try that. Save. But before that we need to add the scope is equal to that value in the client ID. Can you go to the policies? First of all, let's create a policy. And then we will go back and see that. Select that. Choose the auth scope selector. For no, maybe you can choose the HTML. For yes, choose the HTTP. Click on Done. Success is policy contract. Now you are understanding the concepts. Good. Scroll down. HTTP basic success is done. Sorry, failure is done. Success is policy contract. Let's go back to the policy. Scroll down. Click on Done. And can you move the policy to the above OAuth client? This is fine. Save. Now can you go to the applications? And then maybe in the authorization code, the grant type client ID itself, we can add the scope there. Client type or not. Scroll down, there is a request. There is a restrict option. We did. You can add that email scope also. Scroll down and save it. If you're sending, the scope is equal to open. ID means it will take it as a yes. If you're sending, the scope is equal to email means it will take it as a no. Can you copy that PKC method and then paste it in the Chrome browser in the window? I think you can try it here, but let's see. Anyways, that's fine. You can see the difference. Now open another tab, paste the same URL and then paste the same URL. No, you can in the kind window itself paste the same URL and then change the scope is equal to email there in the URL. In the URL there is a scope is equal to email. Can you change that one? Now it will trigger the HTML adapter. Now you could see the difference. This is how we can able to trigger the different set of adapters based on the OAuth scope. OAuth scope does not have any kind of mandatory kind of usage. Only like a simple. This is like only the usage is that this is the only one usage for the auth scope selector. Apart from that, nothing else available for the auth scope selector. The next selector is that we are having that in SAML that is the request parameter selector was there. If you see it, there is a query parameter selector we saw. Like after the end of the URL, we have given the ampersand user type is equal to admin or user type is equal to normal. The same way, we can also use the same selector that is for the SAML. The same selector which is also available for the OAuth. What is the difference? Is that means like here in SAML, we also give the parameter name. We have given the user type as a parameter. But here we cannot be able to give the parameter because the parameter is a syntax ACK_values, authentication context request parameter selector. That is a selector name. In short form _selector. There is a syntax called ACK_values. The parameter name should be ACK_values, not the. We can able to customize that parameter name because we can able to create a separate parameter name in the query parameter selector for the SAML. But we cannot do it in the OAuth. Instead, we can able to do the values in the hand side. Let's do that. Can you go back to the Ping console? And then let's see the query parameter selector. First of all, now here, if you could see in the left hand side, there is an authentication and selectors in the top. I thought you are in authentication. Can you scroll to the top in that authentication selectors? Here, can you check on the query parameter selector? First of all, here, if you could see, we have given the parameter name. What is the parameter name? User type we have given. That parameter name, it's already available in this particular selector. We are going to see. That is known as the ACK_values. But we can give the result values like admin or read, only we can give that one. Can we go ahead and create that one? Authentication selectors. Here, create a new instance. Choose the instance name as ACK selector. Give the same thing as the instance ID, also the same. Choose the type as request, opt in from the bottom. Click on next. This is known as the requested opt in context. That means in short form ACK selector. Here click on next, nothing required. There is no parameter here, only the result values. Can you give admin and then the normal? Normal or read only. We can give any one of them. Add it. If you are trying to, if the parameter name is equal to admin means we can able to trigger one adapter. If it is read only means we can able to trigger another adapter. Click on next and save it. Let's create a policy. Can you go to the author? We are creating a lot of policies. Anyways, that is not a problem. How many policies? I think we have created 7 to 8. Give the name as ACK selector. Yes, description also the same. Choose to type as Anchor Selector in the bottom. Scroll down. For admin means choose the HTML. For read-only means you can choose the HTTP. Success is a failure is done. Success. No. Success is policy contracts every time. Contract mapping, click on next. Yes, adapter. Choose the username next. Next and save it. Scroll down, do the same thing. Maybe HTTP and do the same thing. Click on next and done. Now, if you scroll down, click on done here. Can you move the policy? How many policies we have created? I think 7. That's fine. Guys, I mean in an organization, don't go this many policies. Just keep it simple. Because if you're creating like a lot of policies, your policy tree will get increased. At that time, everyone will get confused. Make sure you are having one policy for the SAML, one policy for the auth. You can maximum go with 5 to 6, but don't go more than 10 or something like that. Definitely it will get confused. In development environment, you can create like a lot of policies. That's not at all a problem. But make sure in production you are having less number of policies. That would be the better option for maintaining the organization. Ping pad good. Scroll down and save it. Now let's copy the same authorship code grant that you are in. You can put the URL in the browser and then we can give the parameter name. The same PKC method itself. It's already there. Can you go to the end of that one? Open another tab and paste it here. At the end, Amazon EXER underscore values in a short form, lowercase EXER underscore values is equal to admin. And it will trigger one adapter. At the same time, can you change it to the EACR underscore values is equal to read only. Read only put that one I think R in caps, O in caps. And now you could see the difference. The same selector which we have used in the SAM, the same purpose. For that same purpose a query parameter selector. This is also we can able to do it in the auth. This selector does not have that many kind of a use case in the ping period. Because in ping period we will be using the auth client set selector, but there is a tool called ping access. In order to connect the ping period and then the ping access, this is the only selector we can able to use it. That is why this selector is important. But if you are using only ping period, nothing required. This selector is not that much useful. Anyways, that's fine. Now the next one. The final selector is known as the extended property selector. I know we are seeing a lot of different selectors. Here, this is a dummy. Apart from this extended property, there are 2 other selectors. That is not. There is no use case for that. A cluster node are there in the session. A session means we are already mapping it on the adapter. We don't need to do it in this session like authentication selector also. Clustering. We are going to do the clustering, but that's why we don't need to choose the authentication based on the cluster node. But these selectors are there, but nothing much use cases are available for those 2 selectors. Let's choose the extended property. Instance name is extended and then ID also the same. Can you give the same thing? Now the next one. Click on next. Here I forgot. Can you go to the system? First of all, let's create a property there. Like we are adding one extension. Guys, if you remember, like we are having the query parameter selector. What is the query parameter selector we are using? We are giving the parameter name and then we are giving the parameter. And we are giving the parameter name and then the value as admin or read one. The same use case. We can also use it by using the extended property also. Let's do that. Can you give the parameter name here a user type? But here we don't need to do the parameter name. We don't need to give the parameter name like in the URL. We can directly assign the parameter names to the OAuth client itself. Add it. Yes, the value. No multi-value. Don't do the multi-value. That is a new option that has been introduced only in the new version 11 version. Can you go to the auth clients? Similarly, it will also work for the authorization code, grant type, and then the inclusive, not for the client credentials or ROPC. Can you go to the auth clients? Here, can you click on the client type? Maybe we can give the client type an auth as like an admin. In the top, can you choose to extend a property there? Here, give the value as maybe we can use admin for this one. Yes, add it and save it. Now can you go back and then do the implicit? Maybe implicit read only, give the read only. This one is not that much useful because there is a better selector called ACR, and then for this sample we are having the query parameter selector. But this one, it's also there. But due to that usage of those selectors, this selector, it won't be much useful. But we can test it. Can you go to the authentication? Let's create a policy. This policy is the extend. Oh no, we need to create a selector. Can you go to the selector first of all? Extend a property. Instance side also the same. Choose the external property. Click on next. Yes, user type. Click on next. The value will be admin or read only. We can give that. Now, I think whatever the value you have added, they write the exact case you need to use it. Add it, click on next and save it. The same way you can also create a policy. Maybe you can also create the same. What you can do, can you go to the policies? No, wait. A CR policy is there. Scroll to the top. In the hand side corner, can you select action? Can you copy? Give the extender property. Scroll down. Instead of ACR, change that to the external property. Admin is HTML means read only for HTML. Policy number 1, read only or contract working. Yes, good. Now you guys get used to these configurations, huh? I could see Anuya is doing good. Do the same thing. And can you move the policy to the above? That one. Now, can you do the same thing here? You don't need to provide a query parameter there. Just paste the PKC method, first of all, authorization code, grant type and then do the implicit. Can you copy the implicit now and then try it? You need to copy the implicit URL. Can you go back to the notepad and then copy the implicit? Yes, copy that. Now you could see the difference. Implicit is taken as HTML. Authing score granted is taken as HTTP. This is how we can able to do the extender property here. You don't need to give the parameter name. Sorry, you don't need to give the parameter name. Instead, you can able to give the sorry. Instead, you can able to give the different kind of by using the extender property itself. You can able to use it. Similarly, if you give the multi-value for the extender property, you can add to property and then do the same thing in the how we did the query parameters. You can do the same concept. It's the same use case, but for two different client IDs. This is known as the extender property selector. This is how the different types of OAuth selectors. We have seen this IP range selector. We have seen the connection set, the same thing which we have for the OAuth configuration. OAuth client set selector query parameter with the salmon query parameter with the OAuth, and then extender property is also the same case with the query parameter only. And then we also saw the OAuth scope selector, and then we also saw the HTTP header selector. HTTP header selector is also one of the good selector, but that selector is not that much useful. Apart from these many selectors we saw, the most important selector is that CIDR is the one which is 100%. Every organization will be using that selector. Then the next one is the OAuth client set selector. That is the next important selector in order to differentiate whether the OAuth or the salmon. Apart from that, we won't be connection set selector. Also, 60% we will be using it. But apart from these three, there are nothing much useful cases for the other selectors. The mostly CIDR is the one which will be using it. One policy, as I already mentioned, organization will have in real time they will. Every organization will use one general policy for the salmon, one general policy for the OAuth. In order to filter the salmon connection set plus CDR OAuth clients for OAuth client set selector plus the CIDR. This is known as the selector concept policies, policy contracts. And then, sorry, 1 minute, guys. And then the configuration related to the adapters PCB data source with the salmon and with the OAuth. Understood, guys. And then we also saw the policy contract as a separate one. UID plus mail address authentication. And then the SMTP server settings, ping directory, two type of directories also. We saw OpenDJ with, and then the ping directory, both of the installations, SMTP server settings. And then customization of the HTML form adapter custom attributes using the old general expressions. And then we also saw that, that is a concept called issuance criteria. And then, self-registration with using only the ping directory concept. That is also we saw. Because that won't be working in the OpenDJ. But we also installed the ping directory and saw that feature. If you see it in the self-service parser reset we have. In that self-service parser reset, we have added the privileges and then we try to reset the parser. That is also, it was working fine. This is how we can able to do the configurations in the ping query. Now can you go to the security? There are different certificates I have mentioned. One is signing certificate. Can you go to the signing certificate? Here in this signing certificate, like this signing certificate will have expiration time. Like every year, you need to do the expiration. You need to do that anyway. Here we can create a new certificate and then create a new one, but you need to contact each and every application team because we need to do that simultaneous. And then update the certificate in the same call itself for each and every application. Now can you click on the security again? That is a trusted C. This is the LDAP certificate. And this LDAP also it will get expired. You can also get the service from the LDAP team and then upload the certificate here. You don't need to restart any services. Now can you go to the security again? One more concept. And then we saw that like SL server certificate. This SSL server certificate, this is for you like we saw. We saw that to secure this one. If you remember, in the starting of this training, we saw that it is not secured. And then we have added into the trusted zone. This is self-signed certificate. That is why we added into the trusted zone. But in an organization or real time, you can get the certificate from the application team. Certificate team. And then update it here. That what you can able to do. You can able to copy that and then import it here. You don't need to do anything. Just enable for the runtime and then the admin comes on. That's all. Nothing required. Once you enable it automatically, if it is a trusted certificate, it will even like yours will get secured. This is for the SSL server certificate. These are the three most important certificates. We will be having it in the Ping Federate and then partners metadata URL is like can you click on the partner metadata URL. If the application is having the ESP metadata URL, you can add the URL here and then use it in the application, basically. But this is not that much recommended. Mostly application mostly share the metadata in the file XML file only, not as a URL. But if they share the URL, we can also add the URL here. Then only we can able to update it in the ESP connection. Before that, in the ESP connection, it won't be there. Now, can you go to the system once? We saw how to upload the license key also. Data store PCV administrator accounts, authorization, server settings, scopes, notification publisher, external property. We saw all the details. Now here in the left hand side, can you click on the server? Yes, here in the server we can able to see the base URL there. Base URL means that is your application, that is your Ping Fed base URL, entity ID we also saw. Now in the left hand side, we can click on the license there. Here, we need to upload the license. Whenever you want to renew the license key, you can directly upload it here. That is no requirement of restarting the services. Now click on the configuration. This is one of the little bit. One more setting available. This is like a backup. Now can you go back to the Ping Fed where you have installed it? Can you go to that one, the folder? I will tell you that. Here in this one where it is Ping Fed, it's there. Double click on that one. Here there is a concept called server default. Can you go to that server? Default the component. Data list. Can you click on the data? Here archive is there. Can you click on archive? Here every day. Automatically your Ping Fed will take a backup. Every day, whenever you save the configuration, whenever you log out and log in, and then save the configuration, whenever it is possible, it will take a backup automatically. This is an automation. You don't need to worry about it because every day and automatically that console will take a backup. The backup, you don't need to worry about it in Ping Fed because this is automation. But even though if it is automation, it's there what you can do. You can set up for some kind of a time. Like for example, like every weekly once or twice, Monday evening or Friday evening, what you can do, just you can have that. Just go here in this console, inside the console configuration archive and click on export. Click on next. Yes, and then you can click on export. It will have manual backup also. You can able to take it. Sometimes what I would recommend every day, one time you can have a backup. Every day, one time you can take a backup. I will follow one kind of a process. What I will do every day during the end of the day, EOD like 6 or like 7 p.m. or something like that. At the time, I go to the console and then export it and then save it in somewhere in the SharePoint or share folder. That automated folder will be there. But still we can also have the backup of our manual also. For example, if some kind of a corruption happened or if someone changed something and he forgot what he did, we can able to import it here. If you import it, then the existing, whatever the detailed backup, then it won't affect any users. It will give a proper upload of the backup if you click on done. Just click on done. That is an option called import. You can import it. Can you click on import? Choose the file which we downloaded now. Now you will. That is the one. No, 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 no. Which one we downloaded now is this one. Can you click on? Double click on this one. Can you click on force import? Sorry, no force import is not required. Just import. It will take 1 or 2 minutes and you could see. The recent, there is no recent changes. We did the recent import only, but that's fine. You can able to import the like backup data here that nothing will. No users will get affected. Nothing will be no. All the issues will be fixed like whenever. If there is any kind of like issue happen that we don't know, that the person who did the change does not know what change he did, means can't able to import this one like a backup kind of stuff. This is known as the configuration archive in the Ping fabric. Understood? I think we will see the clustering part today. On Monday, we will see the postman and then we will revise a bit. Clustering is nothing, but if you could see, we are running only one service, Amaya and New Year. Everyone understood we are running the same service. Clustering means you could see there are two nodes, are they? One is engine, one is admin console. Engine means where you will be seeing the login screen doing the authentication for a user, and then the user, whatever the front end. The user will see it in the front end. That is known as the like engine node. Whatever you are doing it inside the console, that will take it as an admin console. That will do the admin console or admin node. Here, as of now, during the installation, we did we did that, what we did. We did the standalone, both of them in running in the same service. What if we can able to differentiate these two services? One service will go as a console, another service will go as an engine. Let's do that. What is your IP address and your? And what you can do, can you go to the, let's see, can you go to that folder name? Where is that folder? No, we can see that. Can you go to the folder where the PingPad is installed? We can use that one. Here, wait a minute. Can you go to the Ping part and install folder Anua? It's in downloads. And go to the no, not here in the terminal. Can you go to that manually? Here, open that Ping pad where it is. Is that one? No, that is a zip file, I think. Sorry. Open that one. Just double click on that one. Just double click. Ping. Here, the Ping pad is installed. Can you go to the log folder? Log. Here, can you open the audit log file? This is weird. Can you change that? Can you open that order? Oh, what happened? No, why? No. Can you go back? Don't search it. Here, audit log is there. Can you click? Open in a notebook. Let's see what is the IP address. You are getting it here. Copied. Oh, you are getting different IP address on here. Oh, this is a localhost. IP address 120 is a localhost one. And this is, oh, I think it is a private IP. Can you copy that? Oh, this is weird. Can you copy that 192? Let's try that 192 IP address by using that one. No, because I'm in today only. We have tried to access that client. If an author, can you do the IP config in the command form? Let's see what is the IP address. You got it. Can you able to do that? IP config in the command form. Let me also try. What is the command IP config? Oh, copy that and can you paste it in? Can you copy that one? Let it be there. Now what you can do? Can you go back to the, can you stop the Ping Federate service? First of all, I think we got the IP. We can copy that one. Let's try this with that IP. Now we stop that service. That's good. Now can you go back to the Ping Federate folder? Just now we went back. Can you go to that? Here, open that, double click on that one. Go back one step. Here, Win folder. Can you click on the Win folder? The first one. Here, that is a run property file. Is there? Can you click and then do that one? Run property. That is the SH. No, that is a starting file. Run property left hand side. No, before that runs it the next two. Click. Open a notepad for TIFF or something like that. Guys, we are going to filter out. We are going to split the two services. There is a single service, but we are going to split them into two different ones. Admin console and then the engine node. Here, control here. This is the console kind of a property. These are all default property cycles. We don't need to touch anything here. Only one step, we are going to change it, that's all. Can you type for operational mode, basically? PIF means Ping Credit Operational Mode. Here, what is operational mode they have given? Standard mode. That is what we have installed. During the installation we did. They are in the above commented line. There are cluster_console, cluster_engine. One service will go as a cluster_console. Another service, we are going to do it as a cluster_engine. Can you copy the cluster_console there? No, don't copy anything. Just there is a commented line is there. Copy that cluster_console there. No, remove the space there. No. You are going to comment that line. That's fine. Copy that cluster_console and paste that here. Now here index. In the next line, 2 to 60 line index is 1. This one will index as a 1 the cluster_engine number 2. We can put, scroll down. Yes, there is. IP address is there. In that, no, 277 line. In that line, they are asking for an IP address. Can you copy that IP address and paste it here? If you are installing in a different machine, let's say you are installing in a different kind of a machine, means that kind of IP address also, you can put it here. That IP address also, you can able to put it here. In order, no, you can directly paste it. Don't comment it. It will take a lot of time. Now the bind port is 7600. We can use the same thing. Now scroll down. Here 301 line is there. TCP discovery initialized initial host. Here in this line, what we are going to do, for example, let's say the clustering. Here we are going to use it the same IP address only. We are going to use the same IP address. In an organization, let's say you are installing in a different machine, means that type of address also. You can put it here. What is the IP address for this one? Can you paste it? In the square braces, open the square braces, close the square braces. Inside that one, what is the port number 7600? This is this one cluster_console. After that, space, comma, space. No, not here. Just come out of the front. No, remove the comma. Can you remove the space also in the like port number and then that braces and then the 63? After that, square braces put space, comma space. No. Remove the comma. Remove everything. Comma space. IP address again. If you are installing in a different machine, means that IP address you need to give how many machines you are doing it. Those machines IP address, you need to put it in this particular line with the comma kind of stuff. Now that IP address, maybe we can use 7601. Here in this machine itself, the next folder, we are going to create that folder. We will use the 761 port number. In that, save it. Can you save this one? No. Go back. Wait a minute. Did you save that file? Yes. Close this file. There is a Ping Fat folder where you went inside the Ping Fat folder. Can you go back again? Go back once. Go back again. Can you give me one more step? Copy this Ping Fat folder and then paste it here itself. Copy and Control-C, Control-B. The first folder will act as a first folder, will act as a like admin. second folder will act as an engine. Can you copy the second? Can you open the second folder? Go to the bin, open the run property file. Now we are going to change this run property file. Here what you are going to do, instead of cluster underscore console, you need to change it to cluster underscore engine. pif.operational. Search for it. Change to the cluster underscore engine. Now the first folder will act as a console. This folder will act as an engine. Paste it. Scroll down. Index number 2. Can you change the index number 2? Yes, the engine is 2, that one is 1. Now the IP address will be the same. The port number is there. The next line. Scroll down. That already. We did it. We just copy paste. That's all. Save it and then run. We need to run both of the services. Did you save it? Yes, now can you run the first service? The first service run dot, and then you need to run the both of the two services. Run in one console here. You need to go to the two bin folders. First of all, you need to go to the first bin folder. Like that is. Here in this bin folder, that's fine. CD again. No, CD again. You need to do the CD again. CD dot. Now CD infinity call. I can call. I can copy. I didn't do hyphen over there. It's not. No, it should be hyphen there. Can you check that one? Go back and check it. Because it will automatically create the folder name as hyphen copy. Can you check once? Can you go back to the folder there? Is it space or underscore? It's space, no hyphen. I thought it's a hyphen. Now, in Windows it will create it as a hyphen. Whether it will work that space copy. Just try it. CDs. No. You can change that. Yes, that's fine. Bin folder. Do the same thing for that one also. It will throw one error. There is one problem is going on with the new version. The Ping Parrot is still working on the solution for the clustering. That will be one error will thrown in the console. But we can ignore that error, but that's fine. The clustering will work. Oh, you need to shut down that one. Kill the process. Do that running. Do the same thing for that one also. It's taking some time to run. It's running. Can you do that some? Both of them is running. Can you do the second check also? Now open the console. Just refresh the console there. Now you can able to see the clustering part there. Here, this will be the last topic, but the postman will also see that. That's just an optional one, but we will see it on Monday. Sign on and we will also revise on Monday. Here you could see one or more cluster, it is out of data. We need to go to the cluster management. We don't need to go by there. No, don't use a shortcut. Can you see the system? We'll go to that by folder. That will be in the left-hand side server. It's giving a warning that means it is not replicated. We need to replicate. We need to copy the details from the admin to the engine. Can you click on replicate? If you replicate it automatically, the files will get copied. Now you could see it got replicated. This is known as the clustering. Here, if you try to install it in a different machine, means you can try to install in a different kind of a machine. For example, if you try it in a different address, means another IP address will be there and that index also will be there. Similarly, the IP address port number index will be there. You can do it in different server machine also. The only thing is that you need to correct all the IP address and put it there in the run property file in every run property, not in only one. We need to put it in every other. All the discovery host is there. That discovery host, all the IP address, you need to put it here, and then we need to put it. Like we need to copy the same thing and put it in all the different. Wherever you are installing the Ping array, you need to use that one. That is known as the clustering port. We can, even though you are installing in a different machine, all the details will get replicated. That means will be in the sync. That is known as the clustering. Or else we can also call it as a replication. This is also known as the replication. Understood, guys? Today, what we have seen the different types of auth selectors, and then we also saw the clustering. On Monday, we completed all the things. We will revise on Monday, and then we also see the postman, and then some revision related to the Ping array. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.